goes the Challenger, being chased by the blue meanies on wheels. The vicious traffic squad cars are after our lone driver.
I saw it day and date in the theater. What a great movie. What a hidden gem. The theater was packed to watch this Dodge Challenger. Welcome back to Review Lens. This is Vanishing Point, 1970 white Challenger, Colorado license OA5599, directed by Richard C. Sarafian, released in the spring of 1971. On its surface, Vanishing Point is a car chase movie. A Dodge Challenger flying across miles of empty desert roads. But underneath, it's something harder, something angrier, something deeply born from its time. The main story: Barry Newman plays Kowalski, an ex-cop, ex-GI, and part-time driver who bets he can deliver a car from Denver to San Francisco in under 15 hours. What starts as a simple run turns into an escalating police pursuit across 4 states. But Kowalski doesn't speed because of rebellion or some criminal plan. He speeds because, by 1971, there was nothing left to slow down for. The Vietnam War was grinding on. College campuses were flashpoints for protest and bloodshed. Kent State had exploded 1 year earlier. Nixon's Law and Order campaign was playing on every TV set. People my age? They weren't thinking about picket fences. We were thinking about escape, or collision. My draft number was 324. I later joined the U.S. Navy. Kowalski symbolizes that collapse. A man already cut off from society, jobless in purpose, speeding toward an inevitable confrontation with power, because turning back is a worse option. He takes pills to stay awake. He outruns every roadblock, until he doesn't. Vanishing Point isn't about the freedom of the open road. It's about how even the open road had been turned into a trap by surveillance, authority, and mechanical repression. It rejects hopeful endings. It refuses typical heroics. The film's structure mirrors a doomed mission. Kowalski doesn't want to win, he wants to vanish. DJ Super Soul, played by Cleveland Little, broadcasting from a small desert radio station, becomes Kowalski's eyes and voice, an invisible ally against a visible system. Locals and hippies offer help, but society closes ranks harder every mile, and every escape only leads to a thicker wall at the next checkpoint. Kowalski's death drive doesn't come from optimism. It comes from realizing that in 1971 America, survival meant compromise, and Kowalski wasn't willing to compromise anymore. This isn't Thelma and Louise, and it's not Smokey and the Bandit. The ending? Pure cinematic execution. Kowalski, facing a final barricade of bulldozers, doesn't hit the brakes. He smiles slightly, hits the gas. No explosion porn, no boss battle shootout, just a flash of metal, glass, and dust in the sun. Freeze frame. Gone. Vietnam wasn't over. Watergate hadn't broken yet, but the corrosion had started. In 1971, audiences knew. Promises were breaking everywhere. Vanishing Point gave them a warning almost too bleak to process, so no shock that the movie flopped in U.S. theaters first, but gained cult status years later thanks to late-night TV, college screens, and muscle car nostalgia. Fun facts. The Dodge Challenger was virtually stock. No major mods. Just pure horsepower and Kowalski's white flash against the copper desert. UK prints featured a flashback dream sequence, cut entirely from the US version, showing Kowalski making peace with a lost love. Sarafian later said he preferred the bleaker flow without it. Quentin Tarantino paid explicit tribute to Vanishing Point in Death Proof, and Springsteen references its spirit across multiple albums. Kowalski is never fully explained, because in 1971, explanations felt cheap. He's not an optimist. He's not a fighter. He's the last spark of momentum in a system grinding itself dead. And that's why Vanishing Point still matters. Not because it tells you how to fight the system, but because it shows you what happens when the system already won inside your head. You either slow down and surrender, or you drive toward the wall without blinking. Kowalski chose a wall, and he chose it at full throttle. That's it for Vanishing Point. Leave a comment and let's discuss it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reviews and deep dives into great movies. And as always, see you on the next one. Save us a balcony seat and extra butter on the popcorn.